The golden cross for Cronos has now officially been confirmed. And also we have seen the highest weekly close of 2025 last Sunday at 14.5 cents. So what is going on? Well guys, I would say let's strap in and let's find out. This video is sponsored by Obsidian Swap, the most advanced place to make trades on the Cronos chain. Volatility has returned to the CRO token. As you can see here on the chart, we have had days of up about 12%, but also very aggressive moves to the downside with about 5% down as well. So we're going up and down very aggressively, but if you start to zoom out, you can see that the overall trend is still to the upside. And I do believe we're still riding the wave really of the Trump Media crypto blue chip ETF that does also include the CRO token, as you can see here on Yahoo Finance. And that news started all the way back here on the 8th of July when Cronos was only trading at about that 8-cent level. And now, I think in the last 24 hours, we even touched the 50-cent level as well. So it's going into the right direction. But it's not only the news regarding the ETF that is bringing up the CRO price. We also have some more developments on the Cronos chain. You can see here the Cronos POS V6 upgrade, a faster engine, a safer network, and also a lighter footprint. Overall, they're still working on the utility of the chain and also of the utility of the CRO token itself. Talking about the CRO token, we just had one of the most bullish indicators for CRO that we haven't seen in a long time. And that's here, of course, the golden cross. But what is this golden cross and why is it so bullish? Well, let's take a quick peek here at Investopedia, because this is not just a phenomenon that happens only within crypto. We also see it within the stock market. But what's the definition really of this golden cross? Well, a golden cross is a pattern that occurs on a chart when a short-term moving average crosses over a longer-term moving average. And that's exactly what we see on the chart, because what we have here is the purple line, the 50-day, this is the short-term moving average, that crosses over the blue line, which is a 200-day simple moving average. That's a longer-term trend. So now here we get the cross, and that is an exact golden cross according to the definition. But why then is it so bullish? Well, we can take a look here. What they mention in the key takeaways is that a golden cross is a technical chart pattern indicating the potential for a major rally. The potential for a major rally. And of course, it's mentioned here as a key takeaway, but we can also see that in the history of CRO. And we talked a bit more in detail about this in the previous video. But to quickly show you guys, we also had it here, for example. We had it here. You can see the big rally to the upside all the way to about 23 cents. But also earlier, we saw a big rally here after the golden cross and also all the way back in 2021. So it only occurred, I think, 4 times so far in the history of CRO. But every time so far, it has been a major event for CRO. Some people might say, well, this might be a sell the news event, but well, what we do see is important. A golden cross isn't an indication that investors will sell their shares. So I wouldn't say it is really a sell indication. I do have to mention that a golden cross is, well, a lagging indicator. It looks back in time. So we cannot really use it to predict the future. But what it does confirm is that we made a big U-turn from bearish momentum into bullish momentum. Therefore, I think it's rather unlikely that we go back, for example, to that 8-cent level. We can also see that bullish momentum here on the rainbow chart with 3 beautiful big green candles. But let's talk some more about these candles after a quick word of today's sponsor. Obsidian Finance is more than just a platform to make trades. They do have all major pairs on Cronos, but you can also now do your own research directly on the platform. If you go to the analytics page, you will find a bubble map with all the hot trending tokens. And the bigger the bubble, the hotter it is. So currently, guys, you can see, for example, the Frogs token is quite big. So you can click on the bubble and can start trading directly on the Cronos chain. Check out Obsidian Swap in the link in the description down below. Anyways, let's talk some more about these weekly candles here, because you can see we've had 3 big green candles in a row. And now we do see a print of a red candle, but the week has just started. So we're going to check on the Sunday live stream if it's going to be red or green. But what is interesting to note, though, is that here We do have some resistance at about 14 or 15 cents due to this long blue line. This is the 200-week simple moving average, so almost the 4-year average of CRO, so sitting at about 15 cents. So if you can really take that line, I think it's easier to go towards the 17-cent range. So anyways, that's something we need to watch for. So far, though, it's still looking very good. As mentioned in the intro, we've had the highest weekly close so far of the full weeks of 2025. So it's definitely going into the right direction. I think anyone that entered in 2025 should be quite happy so far. Also interesting to mention regarding weekly candles, we also closed here for Ethereum, I would say very, very bullishly. You can see that last week we closed with a big wick to the downside. We closed above this also 3-year-old trend line. Started in 2021 and now we're again above it. And my belief is that this is a bullish indication. We're still so far also with this red candle above this line. So if we can cement this as support, we can start flying, and then that also will have a big effect on Bitcoin dominance. So that's, I think, one to watch. What will Bitcoin dominance do? So far also Bitcoin dominance is still bouncing off this 50-week simple moving average. So this, guys, in combination with Ethereum, I think is going to be very important also for altcoins like CRO. So I'm going to make sure you guys are up to date. So don't forget to also hit the like button and strap in for new videos. Finally, I also want to give you a bit of a warning for the relative short term, because currently we're seeing a bit of a retracement. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we go even further down to about this trend line here, to about 13.4 cents. And if we get there, guys, I think it will be a gift, a fine opportunity to get more CRO for the same amount of dollars that you do get now. So that's, I think, actually an opportunity. And why do we potentially go down even more in the short term? Well, take a look here at the MACD. The MACD is actually pointing towards a bit of redness here. You can see red, the start of a red wave. So then potentially for this 4-hour chart, we can even complete a bigger red wave. And then we might actually go back to some more bullish momentum. Because of course, yes, we have had a bullish cross on the daily, but it doesn't mean on the relative short term, we might also get a bit of a dip, of course. It's all about the longer term thinking in that plan, guys. There are also dips, and those dips are an opportunity. Having said that, well, my 8-ball does mention he doesn't expect any dip at all. So do remember, guys, I am no financial advisor. We just look at charts together to see if we can learn a thing or two for the immediate future. But okay, if you like this kind of videos though, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for future videos. And if you want to learn more about these golden crosses, check out last Saturday's video.